Race number 5 at Belmont Park. It is Perth race number 7 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 1,650 metres and plenty of horses here, Mark, that we've been seeing going around recently. Master Remedy's looking for 3 in a row, been in really good form. Sigil, one that's been up and down in the distances. Hello Paris was the run of the race in the listed Belmont Oaks as well. Then even a horse like Barzinho and Imperious, although not winning, they're racing pretty nicely.
Let's have a look at the one with the listed form lines, Adam. Number 5, Hello Paris. It was an enormous run last start in the Belmont Oaks.
Half in front of Hey Listen in this Life Awesome As, followed by Rocket Queen, Press the Pedal, Kensington Abbey, Harpoon sticks on, but Ros Martini down to the 200. She led clearly, the gauge reading a bit empty though in this Life, and now Showy Chloe is sprouting wings. She's mowing them down. Here comes Showy Chloe. Ros Martini's the leader. Showy Chloe is gunning her down. Ros Martini fights. Showy Chloe drives. Ros Martini holds on.
She's an intriguing galloper, Hello Paris. One that just looks incredibly hard to ride. She's got a mind of her own. They decided 2 starts ago just to let her have her own way there. William Pyatt basically sat back, said off you go, run the race how you want. She took off out in front. She was able to win by over a length on that occasion to All Too Much, which has had some really good Saturday form lines since. Then she stepped up from the 1,400 to the 2,100, and I think most of us put a line straight through her, just went she will not stay the distance. Flashed home late in 35.34, only finished 2 lengths behind Ros Martini. It was a tremendous run. Now they were tempted to race in the Classic on the weekend. They decided that they didn't think they could turn the tables and run out that strong 2,200. I thought it was a really gutsy decision by the team, and probably the one of looking after a 3-year-old filly moving forward that they have a good opinion of. They go to a race now of the 1,650, which I think suits perfectly. And Glenn Smith, after all the winners that he rode last week, I think this horse will be winning.
Yeah, a couple of things you mentioned there, Adam. She was well back in the field at that Belmont Oaks as well. She flashed home, and we thought she would be better suited on the speed, but she flashed home really well. And Elio Galanti and, of course, Grant Williams and the team, very patient with this filly. She's still got so much more maturing to go, and she's already won your $50,000 of prize money, and she's going to win more. There's no doubt about that. So she's got a very bright future, and she looks well suited here, as does number 4, Sigil, who comes off the day on a plate run. Another one who surprised us behind Juicing Carrots.
Yeah, really good horse, Sigil. We've talked about this numerous times, but this horse just finds a way to get itself beaten as well. It's had 11 career starts, 2 victories and 4 placings. You go through the form lines though, beaten 3 lengths by Scales of Justice, under a length by Lord Conrad. There and abouts with My Great Boy, and also the Juicing Carrots race was a strong performance. Flashed home from 10th to finish 3rd. Now draws a nice gate in barrier 2. Gets a 2 kilo claim as well to 56.5 kilos. You go back 4 starts ago, raced over the 1,600 in the same grade with more weight, and that was when it finished 2nd behind Lord Conrad, only a half length behind. So this is a winnable race for Sigil.
Another one in the run is number 9, Imperious. Now last start thought he was a moral and just got to the front a bit early and was exposed a bit early. I think here though, he had barrier 7 on that occasion, had to come wide. From barrier 1 here, he'll get a nice smother and probably see daylight late. Hopefully the last 100 metres he can get home and he won't have to think about his mates catching up to him.
$2.30 on that occasion, and I know that we mentioned we had it on top, but nobody be diving in at that price. It was way too short for a horse that hasn't won for 350 days. I know it was the stable instructions to take off early and just try and make sure that this horse won because it doesn't have a turn of foot, but it just seems to get lost out in front. So to be intrigued to see how they go with the timing here. There will be speed in the race as well. From barrier 1, should get a really nice run. It'll be up to Pat Carberry just to get off the heels nicely at the top of the straight and run on strongly. And as I said, I think it's all about timing. If they can just plan their run perfectly, that doesn't really know when he hits the front, I think can be winning this race, but I wouldn't be too confident. I am going to tip number 5, Hello Paris, so I think those form lines are stronger. From 4, Sigil, 9, Imperious and 7, Barzinho.
I'm going with the 9, taking him on trust, Imperious. From the 5, Hello Paris. Number 4, Sigil, and number 7, Barzinho.
Race number 6 at Belmont Park. It is Perth. Race number 8 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 1,200 metres. I think this is a really exciting field when we take a look at it, because these are horses, at the moment, they are just Wednesday horses, but I think there's a fair few that we'll end up seeing on Saturdays and being quite competitive.
Yeah, don't be surprised to see if one of the last start maiden winners pops up here. One of them, of course, is the Adam Durant trained 4-year-old gelding by Trade Fair, Gunfire. Let's have a look at its last start win at Northam.
It's Gunfire that leads for home at the 400 by a length and a half. Stormy Night, Intercity Disco in the royal blue colours on the inside, starting to get a wriggle on from Foxella, Secret Rogue on the rail, but Gunfire broke clear. Down to the 200, Gunfire shot over 2.5 in front of Intercity Disco. The big fellow Gunfire is well clear. Down inside the 100 from Intercity Disco, Just Jude running on from the back of the field, but Gunfire blew them away. Gunfire.
Gallopers by Trade Fair can be a handful, and I think this guy just fits into that category perfectly. You take a look at the starts. There's always been there and abouts in the market as well, but has gone forward on one occasion, back on the other occasion, then forward this time. And they had a deliberate plan to lead this race, and it ended up working a treat, winning by 2.5 lengths. Now, I don't think the form lines are great from that race. I wouldn't be reading to them much, but I think this horse has plenty of upside, and I think we'll only get better with each run, especially being that trade fair galloper. Will be turning 5 soon as well, so is lightly raced. But from barrier 2, Joseph has a party on board. We know that this horse can handle the weight. I think it's a winning chance.
One of the better form lines out of the race is, of course, Cronkite, who won on Saturday very impressively. Well-spoken man comes out of the race a few Wednesdays ago, Adam, in that Class 3.
Well, I know that David Harrison, he doesn't have too much hair left, but he has been pulling out as well because of the barriers that he's been having. 13, 14, and then scratch from last week as well when they had barrier 13 again. Now they lose the 1 and they just jump from barrier 3. The 3 kilo claim as well with Kate Fitzgerald riding means just the 56. You take a look at the last few runs, beaten a length by Pinsun, under a length by Angelic Angel, and then the 4.5 by Cronkite. But that was actually a really good performance after being wide throughout. I think Well-Spoken Man, with a nice run from barrier 3, deserves a win and should be going pretty close.
Yeah, I'm quite keen on a few of these gallopers who are drawn inside with the 12-metre rail, and another one of them is number 14. Play with Magic, Brad Graham trains, Sasha Starley rides. I thought it was good behind Greco last start, not beaten far.
Yeah, the form lines are really good here as well. Beaten, 5 lengths by Cool Passion, but that's actually a pretty good run. A strong Saturday race there as well. 2 lengths by She Rules All, and then I really like the run last start, only beaten a length and a half by Greco, where Sasha Starley rode really well on that occasion. Brad Graham, of course, training this. Barrier 1 should get a really nice run. It'll be up to Sasha to get the job done late, but I think it's one you can certainly have at each way value.
Number 10, Stormy Planet as well. We mentioned earlier on in the program, last start at Northam was really, really good, just sitting off Nordic Gem and the likes and going past them, you know, with saying that she's got a little bit of ability, this filly by Planet 5.
He's a really good judge, William Pike, isn't he? As I said, I remember just listening to him speak to Matt Giadresco after, and he said, go to any race you want, you'll be winning next start. And that's exactly what this horse did. It won by 2.8 lengths on that occasion. William was just able to buy in his time, attack the line strongly. And it was a good performance by this filly, because I know that the Giadrescos questioned her heart and her ability when she was under pressure. They knew that she trialled well, but any time something had eyeballed her, she just dropped off. So this was a nice start, and maybe she can build from that. I think, again, that has to be in your numbers. But I'm going to tip number 5, Well-Spoken Man, with that gate. From 10, Stormy Planet, 3, Gunfire, and 2, Card 9.
I'm going with number 14 on top, Adam. Play with Magic. From the 10, Stormy Planet. Number 4, He's Packing, and number 3, Gunfire.
Race number 7 at Belmont Park is the final race of the day. It's Perth Race 9 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 1,400 metres, a Class 3 handicap. I don't think there's a lot splitting most of these horses. If you're alive in the quaddie, you'd be taking a fair few. Yeah,
unfortunately, it will bring your percentage down of the quaddie because there could potentially be 18 runners, but look, it's an intriguing field, and a few, as you may say, Adam, pretenders in there, but we'll see who rises to the top. But we'll have a look at the replay of number 19, Come On Board last start, running 6th behind Cronkite.
Barracky beats in a bunching field now, and Black Aria getting up near the fence. Bell Towers a shot ducks. Travan hit the front with All Too Much, and here comes Cronkite. It's Cronkite at the 250, looming up to All Too Much, and George and Ernie running on. Bourbon Dynasty battling away. Barracky beats, makes ground, but Cronkite kicks a length in front from George and Ernie. Here's Barracky beats. Pike is willing Cronkite, and Cronkite holds on, and that's the way.
Strong performance there by Come On Board, as you mentioned. Really likes a soft track. That's the first thing that has to be pointed out. This galloper just seems to get through that well, even though you look at the soft track record and it says 4 and no placings. They have been really good runs, like this one behind Cronkite. The form lines have held up as well. But you even go back earlier on, 4 lengths behind Sasso Circus, which went on a winning streak as well and had Saturday form lines. And then even the run behind Fortunate Lassie, that was over the 1,400 metres, carrying 59 kilos as well, I thought was really good as well. Now, the question mark is Come On Board going to get a run? If it does, you must have an each way bet at it.
Especially, it will be at double figure odds, as you mentioned, Adam, each way. But look, also, special mention to Gavin Foster. He goes under the radar. He's got some nice horses in his stable, and this could potentially be one of them. Hopefully, gets a run and will be doing some nice things later on in its career. We've also got in the race at the top there, number 1, Mambo Cadsey, for Jordan Turner, Darren McAuliffe. Now, last start behind Fandom Choice was just pipped. Yeah, it was a really nice performance there, and reports are that Mambo Cadsey just didn't quite handle that soft track or get through as well as they would have liked, even though they finished second. You go back to the start before, same grade, carrying the 55.5, was a winner by a half length over Border Scott. So it goes up in weight 1.5 kilos, but I think Mambo Cadsey is the one to beat in this race. She's quite tough. She's stringing a few races together now. I think from barrier 9, they're about to get in that nice position, and you just know what you're going to get with her. Number 3, Born to Love, was a massive run up the inside there last start behind Conceded, of course, led all of the way. Now, this galloper had to go back to the trials between runs as it pulled up a bit short behind State Solicitor.
Yeah, it's an interesting run of Bjorn to Love. It would have hurt punters so many times. It's all or nothing with this galloper. 15 career starts, 3 victories in a second. On its day, looks as good as any, but then goes missing for a while as well. The run behind Conceded was really good. Got back on that occasion, attacked the line strongly, and I reckon that's why they've decided to go to the 1400 metres. However, has never won any further than 1200 as well. Hasn't won for 378 days. The gate is a big thing. I think if they can get a comfortable run from barrier 2, not do a lot of work, I think this horse has the turn of foot and the ability to win.
Another one in the field is number 9 Secret Doubt, who comes from that Belmont Oaks run behind Ros Martini. Now, she's very well bred by not a single doubt out of Covertly, who of course is a Railway Stakes winner. Neville Parnham had high hopes for this filly and she hasn't quite come to fruition. She was aimed at the Oaks and look, it wasn't a bad run, but she's probably still that level off them.
Yeah, she is at the moment, and it's really hard just to get a gauge of where she's at because she's been in winnable positions the 3 runs before that run, as you mentioned, the Belmont Oaks. Was beaten a nose by Pinsun, a length by Famous Sunday and 2 lengths by Capricorn Dancer. Throughout that, though, jumped from barrier 1, from barrier 4 and then barrier 3. Had the best runs in each of the races and wasn't able to do it. Now you add barrier 16, she's going to have to do a little bit of work, and I think that's where she may become vulnerable. But again, I think she's a horse that will take the next step and can certainly be in the mix. I'm going to tip number 1 Mambo Cadzi though, just on her toughness. From 9 Secret Doubt, 2 Kensington Abbey and 3 Bjorn to Love.
I'm going the 3 Bjorn to Love. I really like the run behind Conceded last start, who got away with murder. From the 1 Mambo Cadzi, number 2 Kensington Abbey and number 9 Secret Doubt.
Time now to take a look at the best bets for our 7 race card, and I'm going to focus on race 4, number 5, Count to Mozoff, and race 5, number 5, Hello Paris.
Adam, you're going with the 5s. I'm going with the Bs. Race 3, number 7, Bangalore, and race 4, number 3, Bow Count.
As we always say, do follow us on social media. You can take a look at us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and perthracing.com.au for all of your event information. 7 races. Hopefully we found you plenty of winners. We'll be back later on in the week with another edition of the Box Seat.
Quick, it's on,